Okay, everybody, it's been raining for 2 days straight. It's sprinkling now. There was a little break. I'm going in the shop to work on some knife sharpening, some other things, but I'm out here throwing. I got my Gerber strong arm, and I got it because the grip is nice and grippy. My hands are soaking wet. The other day, a couple of days ago, I had a compliment. I was flattered. The guy was amazed. He noticed, you got a good eye. I'm gonna find out who that was. Good eye. He noticed that all the knives I throw, my folders, fixed blades, different sizes, different weights. He was wondering how I was able to do that for the same distance. I always stick with the 20 foot, 21 foot mark. And that's the way I was trained. And I was trained by one of the best. And I'll never be like him, but I'm still learning. I had to stop a minute because I was reminiscing on a story. I worked for this guy. He was an ex-Marine back in the late 80s. And he was an ex-Marine. He went on to different government organizations. And then he went on his own, self-employed. Yeah, traveled the world. He's not on Earth anymore, so I'm very fortunate and honored that I had him as a friend, and I was taught by him. He always told me, always carry a knife, always make sure your knife is sharp, and whatever you carry, a folder or a fix, make sure you can throw it. And always throw from that distance that I'm doing now, the 20 foot mark, because it ain't gonna happen back there, and that target ain't gonna happen way up front. The last thing you wanna do is release your knife too. He says that's the last resort, because you're releasing your weapon. One night after work, we stopped by his house, had a beer, and he was telling me his stories. I love the stories he was telling me. So he was in this this part of the world, this country, this town, and he did whatever he had to do, and he was leaving the town in a hurry because he did what he had to do, but then they were on him and they were following him in the airport. And as he was walking through the airport fast, he took his knife and threw it behind him without looking and kept on walking, and all he heard was a thud. He kept on walking. The crowd, of course, was mingling around the body, and he was out of there. He was gone. Fascinating story. I called him out on it. I said, that's impossible. So Wayne, that was his name, a little respect there, that was his name. He reached behind his couch and he pulled out this knife. And I looked behind that couch and he had the fabric of the couch. He had them special made out of the fabric. He had sleeves that held knives. And I started looking around his house and he had knives everywhere. So he just pulled out that knife out from his couch. He went out in the backyard, and he was set up. It wasn't like this. He was set up. He threw it a 6x6 piece of wood. That's all he had. But he threw it behind him. I swear he nailed that sucker. So, like a white belt in a karate class, I said, I need to learn that. You got to show me that. I knew how to fight with a knife because of Kempo, but I had become a white belt under him on how to throw a knife. And I'm still learning. I will always learn. In Kempo, I learn every day. Every lesson I taught, every student I taught was a lesson for me too. So, do I miss? Yeah, I'll miss once in a while. And a lot of times it's mainly when I throw multiple knives. A lot of times it's because I'm not paying attention. But I do stay at the 20-foot mark that I was wisely advised about. So if I get somebody who says that's easy, well, it depends on the circumstance too. In fact, Wayne told me that things are a little bit different when it's going down. I mean, he was honest with me. When he threw behind his back, he wasn't sure, but that's all he had, man. That's all he had left to do to get the hell out of there. So, I know it's a long video. You see, I always try and hit that mark. And I throw it like so. I like the spin. I release it. You see me falling through like a baseball. No spin. I'm not really into that. Wayne, the guy I was telling you about the story, man, I'm gonna be thinking about a lot of stories today. He didn't do the no spin, but he showed me. That was back then too. So I hope this video helped a little bit. That's why I stay at the distance. And I want to go inside my shop. I got to sharpen up some knives, and I got a couple of mail call videos. Yep. And I see, I'm so sorry. This is going on 8 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm going to do a short on this one too, like I do. You got to add the music to it. You got to get the shorties out there so the guys can troll me. All right, thanks guys for letting me vent. It's getting a little bit harder here. I love it out here. Y'all know that. I appreciate y'all's support, and I hope this wasn't too long, but I've had a few days by myself, and you guys are here for me. I appreciate that. All right, y'all take care. Sog out.